begin. Dan, take it away.
Yeah, so we don't see anything crazy from either side at the moment. Just Cloud9 holding and CompLexity playing quite passive. Although Ye did get dinked already, which is very sad. We've all experienced that. We've all experienced the pain of getting dinked on the CT side. And you got the USP. You feel as though you're ready. You're going to have a bunch of one taps, one pops. And it's going to feel so good. Then immediately at the start of the round, you get tapped in the head. And you're not even dead. You're left with a chance maybe to do something. But in reality, we all know what happens when you got 15 HP and a pistol round against Glocks. So anyway, a push from CompLexity around the B storage position will be what they're after, and it's quite successful. We'll speak of P2Ks recently. You see some action there in middle, and it seems as though CompLexity are having a really good time with the pick battles, and it calls into question. But oh, that's a nice pop. There you go. That's what we were after. And it's only Rush really to be able to do anything, but he does not have the bomb. Nice dink onto Android. He's going to try to run him down. And not going for the reloads. And here are all the CTs. So one must call into question, of course, the approach from Cloud9 on the pistol round. It's hard to say exactly what they were going for. But generally speaking, if you sort of have a spot where you've got a bunch of Glocks and you're playing pick battles long range against the USPs, I feel like that's something that can be a struggle. You're not able to use the advantage of numbers, which is something that's inherent to the T side, and that also allows you to close distance and make the Glocks more effective. You're not setting yourself up to get a bomb plant, which will guarantee you pressure even if you lose the round. There's a lot of things that I think are missing in that kind of approach. So CompLexity took full advantage. They exploited them and they won the pistol round, and look where they are now.
It's close, man.
Hello, Dan.
Hello. Hello.
What happened, Pistol? Quick recap, 10 seconds.
So basically, Cloud9 played super slow. They spread out a lot. They got picked off one by one, sort of playing a pick battle against USPs, and that was it.
That was it.
And they got crushed.
Nice.
What happened?
Ooh, I had a cold shiver. It was glorious. It's like being in a shower, except I'm still dirty. Force buy from Cloud9. FNS taken out in the middle area, but Tarek will trade that kill at the very least. Ye-Star peppering the squeaky door. Flashbang will allow Peter and his teammate to face in front of it. But they've got problems towards A. That problem is Skadoodle. He's back, baby!
It is so good to see Skadoodle. Every time I see him now, I feel like it might be the last time, so I'm going to savor it in a very special way. We've got Skadoodle playing that forklift position. This is such an annoying angle to deal with. You can find a really good timing to pop out, and you can see he's basically just going to kill 2 players with it. It's so disgustingly strong in the right circumstances. But speaking of which, Slemmy, very rusty, but he's getting in there with a UMP. That is definitely working out for him. Tarek doesn't have a helmet, and he's half health as well. So solid opportunity for Slemmy to get this clutch. Unfortunate for him, Tarek will take it down.
Almost like Tarek got some ghost comms right there, because he like questioned himself like twice.
Ghost comms. I like it.
Have you not heard that term?
No.
Oh yeah.
Have you just?
What, do you know what it means then?
No,
Would you like? I've heard ghost comms before. Would you like to for people who
ghost
who
comm,
haven't?
Ghost comm is just like, oh, you heard a ghost? He's to your right. He's to your left. Like, it's just people guessing.
I am really draconian when I play in like Mythic League, Dust 2 US League. Anybody says, oh, he could be CT, it's like, do you know he's CT? Oh, I'm not sure. Well, don't say it then.
Yeah.
Don't say that random crap. It's not helping anyone. Stop.
The only time I like the comm is if like they're just bringing a sense of urgency to a situation where I would have not been urgent. So if I'm just like holding an angle and like he could peek you, I kind of like zone in. I don't mind those ones.
Oh yeah, like a warning of an impending. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah.
But yeah, the ghost comms are the fun ones. He could be B, A, mid, cat.
He's probably going there. Do you have any evidence to support that? No, I just,
My feeling really tells me.
My 2,000 hours.
The thing is, I mean, we are observing what's going on here, but like in a situation where the next kill could turn the tide of events, if you say something like that, people might just start focusing on that, even though what you said isn't like he is there. So that's why you can't say it, because it's like it's ruining the team. Def trying to flick, not working out for him. Peter with the Galil's got to move fast because there's no kit for him on his person at the very least. Rush taking it in the face, but they will die for their cause. They will be martyrs. They will name streets after them.
Maybe not.
Maybe they'll survive, yeah. No streets needed. turn off the cement mixer. Yeah, that's why you can't say, oh, he's probably CT or something, because to 3 out of 5 people you say he's probably CT, their brain will say he is CT. He comes from somewhere else, and you lose players, lose the rounds.
The problem as well is that I feel like it's, there's a lot, the majority of those spots as well, those players need to make those mistakes as well. And you just basically ruin the play for them because they were playing out a round, and then sort of by interrupting their thought process in certain spots.
Oh my god.
It's so funny too, because like that play alone leads me to believe Tyler's not coming back. Because when Tyler is serious about the game, tell me a world where he pushes tree right there. I haven't, in the years I've played with him, played with Tyler.
I was to say, man, you'd know better than
when Tyler would crucify us alive for pushing.
Yeah.
As recent as when I left the team. So that leads me to believe there might be a little DGAF going on, as we call it. Don't give a F. But I am not one to speak. I've made people on my stream been asking me about Stu's decision and Tyler's. I'm like, I've purposely not talked to them about those decisions because, like, what is it going to do? Unless they have a question for me about something. And then people want me on top of that to add to the stream. I'm like, let's just talk about everyone's personal information on the stream, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So I actually have no idea. Everyone's going to be like, confirmed. I was like, I actually don't have no idea what's happening with these teams.
Just sit and wait for the news.
Sit and wait and watch and enjoy for the meantime. But Tyler's going to be rifling here. 5 AKs on C9. We'll see how they choose to play the first gun round, knowing CompLexity's got the full buy. Whoa,
It's a different angle.
Yep.
Sure, it's for the usual smoke in front of the
I
site.
kind of like that because sometimes the CTs do the kind of YOLO push and they swing wide and you're kind of susceptible as you're throwing the smoke.
Yeah.
So that gives you a little bit more leeway to throw the smoke and then pull your gun out.
Yeah, it's a very, very strong smoke as well. Allows you to start working.
Ooh.
Pressure. And Peter with the miss, with the orb. That's not something you can afford to do in that position. Leaves Android alone with an M4. And he's going to have to try to dodge all the grenades. It's just not going to work out for him. Oh dear.
It's a complete disaster. He tried to drop a smoke on the molly, but I can only assume he either didn't click mouse 1 or he pressed Q too fast.
He just quick switched too fast.
It's like when people try to plant the bomb and then press Q to get their gun out, even though their gun's coming out anyway, and don't plant the bomb, and it just ruins the timing of all kinds of stuff. But that's unfortunate because, as well, if the smoke is forward enough, you can jump on the box behind and see over the smoke, and you have an extra advantage as a CT.
The God B play.
At the back of B. I saw Rops do it.
A lot of people do it now. Yeah, I
time.
remember God B was kind of innovating it. But
God B's innovated all kinds of stuff. All kinds of bits and bobs.
Can you stop doing that?
Bits and gobs. What this? Is it it's driving you crazy?
Yeah, I can hear it through the...
Click, click, rotating my watch bezel. I apologize.
I actually probably would do the same thing if I had it too. So
it's because my fidget spinner's over there. On my keyboard, that's why I got the wrong keyboard over
here.
here.
Some Adderall for your ADD.
Yeah. 5-4. 4 Deagles for this CT buy for CompLexity. CompLexity.
Another one of those rounds where you'll notice, I've been talking about this a lot on my stream, like if C9 hits A right here, I almost guarantee they won't throw a highway smoke. They know there's Deagles, they want to take those fights. Automatic.
Hello. Oh! Problems.
Well, that seemed like a slight miscommunication there. My point was going to be if they hit A here, you probably won't see them smoke highway. I've been talking about the wasted smokes on eco rounds. Right there, Rush getting a little creative to isolate this A main guy so he can peek it without worrying about the trade. But Yaster saying, shoot, I don't care.
Where do they go now? There are multiple weapons around the A site, but they keep pressuring in that direction. And Ye's looking for an ace, and there it is. Very unlikely ace. That Kevlar, he barely got touched in all those kills. I'm curious that they opted to...
Tim and FNS are having a little combo there. They forgot to look at their monitors.
Second kill, what can you do about it?
No, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing that probably won't happen again. It's just, you know, Tim's playing anti-flash, and he's probably assuming someone's jiggling from the back or something.
Cloud9 still have money though. He'll spend all of it. Tarek down to the CZ-70 FAMAS. Out he comes, running out of bullets though. That's super awkward, and Android somehow survives. Sorry, Slemmy somehow survives. All of that goes into smoke.
Slam
Comes out
dog.
the smoke.
People always ask me who my favorite teammate was, and he's like on the top of my list.
Oh, really? Why?
Just hardworking, willing, great, just easygoing, easy to talk to, but also knows how to get intense. Just, and obviously he wasn't part of any of our like most like famed lineups or anything, but just a really pleasure to work with.
Top geezer.
Yeah. Very stoic when we had disagreements, you know, very ready to understand your point of view so that he could share his more appropriately.
FNS and Skadoodle are all that remain. Some nice wallbang scheme for CompLexity in this round. They're fighting back. FNS with 2. Both fighting in default. 37 seconds for FNS to try and clutch this. A 1 versus 4. 2 players left. Default plant coming in. Peter's been holding an angle. There's 1 flash for FNS. He could bank it off the upper area that you see here, but he'll just... Oh, there's 2.
These are the fun 1v2s because you know you're going to have to hit both shots really fast.
Ooh,
This is what you've been DMing for. We used to always joke about FNS because we would always see him in DMs and he would just be insane. Like always FNS was in the DMs, and like I think it was Semphis who started or something back then, and FNS would literally just be like one-shotting him on a DM. He's the best DMer in the world. Corey, get all mad, it's funny.
I always see Semphis in DM. Almost every time I'm in DM.
He's the next.
I'm
Yeah.
on the same server as Semphis. But
He used to DM all day and just one-shot everybody. And
yeah, FNS, he's a panicker though. You can see it. There's some situations, especially the easy ones, where it will just turn into disaster. But we haven't seen that yet on Cloud9.
is he getting the little Cloud9 effect? He's just getting a little swagger in his step, a little less shake and a bake.
He's got the tank tops on, multiple.
Ace there looking for another ace. Dan, you missed it. He got a little ace while you're gone. That's how they won the eco. He got 2 1-digs, A main, picked up the AK, killed the guy
Wait, who
door.
did?
Yaster.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's a beast. Yay. Look at him go for the kill.
Said
That's
peek
great.
me right now. Peek me, favorite.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that's clean. That is
Okay.
clean.
Someone grab me my AK. That's what he said right there. No one got
Get the
it.
man an AK.
He's
Wow,
done for.
they were too slow. They failed. That's disgusting.
I wonder if Android will do anything with his spawn. He's got a very good spawn if he was to take an aggressive action.
You want him to push bottom mid with a Molotov, don't you?
Only if he's me, Jordan.
Yeah, I remember you called for that when we were playing a match. Right? Go get Molotov something, and I saw you just fly down bottom mid and get killed by someone sitting in the corner. You're like, he's mid.
1 minute.
1 minute. We won. Good game.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
information.
PTR hits those. Moving, unfortunate
Oh,
automatic,
no.
shooting back to the tracers through the smoke. Slemmy, the last line of defense on B here, gonna go down to 4 versus 2 def, proving that UKCS is still on the map. Dan's over there
No
smiling.
corroboration. No corroborating comments there. Just
We
Just
can't
gonna
stop
roll
that.
with it. 3 versus 2. Skadoodles in the A-bomb side. Hey guys, come join me. There's lots of space over here and warm weather.
Nice.
Death trying to bring it back to it. 2 versus 2 is successful. Yaster, though, much more forward than Tyler probably expects as he's waiting for his teammate to come back. Oh, he's already there. And they're just both. Woo! I didn't see Tim on radar somehow, and I
He's
am a
in
terrible commentator.
All the right places, yay. He's probably like, yeah.
I can imagine that's what he did.
Okay.
Death looking very toy, like a Toiger. With the aim, pre-aim looks strong.
Very toy.
Want to see PTR get in the little mix a little bit. He's a solid player. One of the better players I've seen on this team in the past, just in terms of performance. Very powerful.
The flash is not amazing, and Dev gets 2, but that is a sore situation for CompLexity. They wanted a lot more there, considering that Cloud9 are only initially brandishing pistols. They'll get some free upgrades. Well, not free, cost 2 lives, but they'll get some upgrades, and that will make them more dangerous. They also have a bomb slot available, which Russia is investigating. CompLexity taking it slow, which I respect. Sticking together, keeping a handle on the situation, or waiting for the actual plant to go down, in which Cloud9 seem to be taking no rush in accomplishing, and they are
Doing
looking
something.
for the flank as well. Very interesting situation now. With it's gonna be very hard for CompLexity to read all the possible locations that Cloud9 could come from, which is why cutting the noise like this is so strong.
I'm calling it. They're gonna plant the bomb. PDR is gonna look the other way, and Tarek's gonna one dig him. Don't be yet. Oh, I still called it.
43 seconds. The A site is clear, but Android has lined from the highway position. He will hear Tarek moving. But will they realize that there are players on A as well? Well, now, if there was an opportunity to stop the cross, it's gone. And the bomb's being planted. That's a really nice pop flash, but Tarek's parkour is just as good. No scope. Oh, cover from a teammate. Man, that is like some war movie nonsense. Rambo save.
Millionaire.
Not this time. 5-5. Cloud9 tying the score.
And not about CT side here. CT side's cash can be quite miserable when it comes to like money. If you mess up your money, I mean that eco round from CompLexity is probably bringing them back a little bit, but we're gonna have to save again. Hopefully get PTR and AWP and get him in the mix because he can definitely be very impactful. You know, you look at scores and you can criticize right now. That really has nothing to do with the game except the one play on B where he shifted while he should not probably. You know, was definitely an error if you're going to count those on the board.
Yeah. And you have to have any worrying about pistols now. Cloud9 should be pretty smooth.
I wonder if that's ever, like, is that a stat error? Like, you know, in baseball they have E, like, little error. Have you ever seen it? You guys watch baseball?
No, I don't watch baseball.
There's like, I don't even watch that much. What is it?
I don't have a television.
It's innings and then, like, hits. And then they'll do, like, when he hits, runs, and then, like, errors. And so
You have unforced errors in tennis.
like I wonder because like it's hard to quantify what is an error sometimes in CS, but if someone like moves or like does a bad flash and gets killed, like that could probably definitely be a mark. I don't know if that would even be useful.
There's lots of grey in Counter-Strike because you don't always know what someone's trying to achieve,
and someone
which
could
can
get
lead
a
you
kill
to a false.
even while making an error. Someone could get a kill. So
Yeah,
like,
and now you have people doing deliberate errors, like I think it's SK who deliberately threw a bad smoke in window on Mirage as
so
part
that
of a
someone
strat.
would come peek the crack, the little gap.
I think it was more elaborate than that, but I don't recall. No, it just bounced off the window into the middle of mid. It didn't go into the window at all.
I think it drew players into mid.
Oh, was that at the one of the last
side.
big events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what it does is if you hit B, it keeps the window guy there. Because normally if you smoke market and they think you're going up cat, that guy will just rotate market quick.
Yep.
Or vice versa at A, if you want to come out palace quick. If you smoke window, the opper, if the upper B guy says it's clear, the opper will just go post on palace usually.
Yeah, but in the view of recording errors and so on, I don't know if we could ever have one that was accurate enough to be worthwhile, you know, in Counter-Strike, because it's such an awesome game. It's as deep as the ocean.
Profound.
James would know. He's been
To the depths.
been all over. Yeah.
Hopefully not the depths.
The Marianas Trench.
At least in a submersible.
Was it James Cameron who did that? Yeah.
A few people. The BBC.
No
They went to the submersible and it was actually leaking, and they fixed the leak while they were going down and continued going down. I'm like, you guys are crazy.
No thanks.
You guys are crazy.
The amount of pressure in the water under there, if you something crack, you just hold.
I know, right? No, like,
everyone-
oh look, there's a leak. Haha, let's fix this.
Everyone I would be so gone.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
insane.
Default here. Let's see what C9's gonna do. One of their plays that this one guy's going back towards B. I can't really read it right now. Maybe like a highway fake to B.
This is cool though. Like you normally don't see so many people in mid at this point of the round, or sort of. You got someone who can score white box, one sandbags, one vents, one in checkers. So there's
This
potential.
might work out actually for CompLexity because the Molotovs are gonna go away while Def is still alive and he hasn't even gotten a kill yet or been noticed. But at the same time, kills were had.
Yeah, you just don't expect depth either at this time in the round. This is pretty strong.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Slemmy got the bomb.
Oh! Oh, too slow.
Oh, some dog.
Didn't get there in time.
Surprised Def. I thought he heard that guy. Maybe he thought he was A main. Yeah, that was weird because great Molotov usage by C9. They didn't have everything mollied, but then by the time they got out, the mollies are faded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, really strange round actually in many respects.
I don't know who got blind or what happened. It was hard to see from the
Yeah.
POV.
I would like we were talking about, like Sean was, we were talking about maps a lot when Sean was here, and like new maps and you know, updating maps and that's and so on and so forth. And I said like it'd be cool to see like, you know, seasonal versions of the same map, and with slight alterations.
Whoa.
I would like actually like a space version of Cash, like, you know, that'd be cool. It's just
Are you just talking about like the
instead of
sky is different?
sunroom,
Like,
it's like an airlock or something.
oh, I see. And
Maybe
maybe
a spaceship.
maybe you can't throw nades into the site because you're like the sunroom doesn't have a window or something to be.
You press the button, opens the airlock, no more oxygen, fires go out. That's great.
Wow,
An
that
amazing
was
game
that'd be
mechanic.
intense.
Valve, I'm waiting for the email valve behind me.
That'd be next level. So like when the air lock is in, you can't get molly, but you also can't throw a molly into B. So you'd
True.
have to remove the airlock.
And you also suffocate to death, so that's also a problem, I guess.
Damage. It's like you're in the blue in PUBG, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, it looks
Yes.
like another round of Cloud9 here.
Yep.
Slemmy and PTR maybe going for a little exit action.
Yeah, not quite as clean as it should be, but it will work out pretty smoothly for Cloud9. And they will take a pretty good lead here. It'll be very cool for Pete to be able to hold on to this AK, to be honest, if he possibly can. Oof. Wow, that was a very fast headshot from Rush. And now we'll get the full buy from CompLexity. They're going to be looking pretty healthy. The double ops will be selected as the approach for this round. Def and Peter going for those. Wonder if we'll see some aggression with the double ops.
And off we go. Def with a forward spawn with the AWP. Is he going to go Foxaroo? Or is he more of a sheep? Seems that his teeth are very sharp indeed. Scoodle taken out immediately. Down we go with the smoke and some more pre-fire. That will ward off Cloud9 for the time being. Tarek has an AWP. And there are 3 AKs in tow. Note how... I was going to say note how the bomb is thrown to a player, not on the floor, because that is a sound cue. And then automatic throws it on the floor. It is further away. It's in a safe space.
So, Android, I mean, this is that common situation when you're the B anchor that you might get a little bit scared if you know that there's players that can, you know, they smoked off the front, they can be in checkers, you feel like you can get Molotov and push at any moment. But that's the name of the game, it's a pressure game. That's why you can kind of take that position with one player too and sort of create so much threat, so much pressure without having to invest too much. But they are going to invest everything here. They're going to push into the B bomb site. Def will whiff the shot, so it is going to be down to Android. I like that smoke on the front of the site. That's going to allow him to claim the bomb. Def gets a shot on the cross. That's good, and Android is working this position beautifully.
Tarek, you are oh so very alone. Tariq, oh, he's missed the first shot, and that's his last shot of that round. We move to the last round of the half now.
Well, Andrew got the smoke off this time. Android.
That was a really
Andy Royd.
nice smoke.
Andy Royd.
Very simple.
You know, when me and Shroudy used to play B, he found that, I don't even know if a lot of teams know this or do this, but you could tap through the B main smoke at the box, and if you shoot the ground in front of the box, smoke pops up, and it'll give you the silhouette of a model if he walks through the smoke.
Oh.
So Shroud would sit there with the AUG sometimes when we were playing like online matches, because, you know, like we would do it on LAN sometimes, but like it just seemed like it was more counterable, so he would just throw it in randomly, and he'd just be sitting there the whole round just tapping it as long as they had a smoke up. So I would Molotov past the smoke,
Wow.
and then he would tap both times. Anyways, as I'm talking, 2 guys go down. It looks like another potentially sealed round here, unless Lemmy has something to say about it.
So he can't do much. Gets taken down. Smoke's all over the place. Peter wants to get in there, but he can't. He simply can't. And I mean, if they can get a couple quick kills, maybe there's a chance, but Peter losing his teammate perhaps seals the deal in this round. It's the last round though, so he's going to have to find a way to go for it. Oh, the peak timing from Tarek, absolutely perfect, spot on. 9 rounds for Cloud9, 6 for CompLexity at the end of the first half.
You know, not a terrible half. You know, obviously CompLexity would want to do more getting that pistol, but getting that eco back and winning some of those rounds, like 6 rounds on CT in a lot of matches would be phenomenal.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of halves where the T-side team is getting easy double digits, 12 rounds, 13 rounds. So not only if CompLexity gets pistol can they do a lot, but you know, even if they don't, they have a decent chance. But pistol is going to bring it back to 9-all if they can steal the ecos, and then it's anybody's game.
Let's see if that's going to be the case.
Regarding those silhouettes, there's a similar one when CTs smoke up a drop and you shoot through the smoke, it shows you the outline of the gap into drop. So if you want to pre-fire someone who's boosting, you won't see them, but you'll see exactly where you need to shoot.
Where you're saying as a T?
Yeah.
Just shooting the wall behind them?
Yeah, if you just shoot through a smoke when they smoke drop.
Oh yeah,
it shows you the corner. It shows you the
Yeah,
corner. So
no, exactly. Yeah, I spent a couple 3-4 months doing the drop roll for C9. So right when someone would smoke, if I had no one with me, I was just jiggling, shooting the wall on both sides just to see, because some people started boosting on the right side versus me instead of on the plank. They started like triple boosting on the right side of the
wow! Everybody wanted to kill you.
Yeah, and so I think it was like actually like Semphis' like TSM at the time, and they had this strat where they would go through my smoke, and then right when the guy would sit in the smoke on the right side, and they would pop flash through it.
That's next level.
Yeah, and as I talk about my life journey, CompLexity takes
You're
a
an old
pistol,
man in a rocking chair.
and they're ready to make this comeback here. Very easily taking
like
back
that.
from them
Easily.
if they lose this round, which is very, very possible from the likes of C9. We got people like Tim who like to win rounds single-handedly with the Deagle. On our team, he had some big rounds, and then the CZ of everybody else is just vicious. So this is one of those rounds where CompLexity, if they don't play right, can simply guess wrong. But so far, they look like they're guessing right as they're going towards one member of the defense of C9 here. And let's see if FNS can delay him at all for the rotate. He has no nades, though, so it's going to come down to him hopefully getting a frag and maybe CompLexity inefficiently hitting this, but they're ready to go. Android has a flash.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. They're coming, and there's not much FNS can do about it.
Tyler's going in.
Good
I love it. I love it.
Oh, he's got a UMP. He's got time. He can reload. He can do whatever he wants. My God.
He can't reload anymore.
Tarek came through spawn with that flash and called it, and Tyler with no hesitation followed him up, got the trade kill now to 2 versus 3 for Def. Still with the gun advantage, but not with the number advantage. This Android's going to just look to get one of these guys on the fringe. He knows there's probably someone by vent potentially on the roof watching flank. Def, yeah, I would say he pretty much knows he's probably on the mid roof or mid ground somewhere. He's not going to be in vent. Def knows he can clear it, or Android knows Def can clear it. So Android's just going to keep clearing. And I guess the CSG is just insane because that seems like a very inefficient way to clear that. Why would he break the vent now? He doesn't know when he dropped. I mean, he could hear it, kind of, but.
I don't know if he heard that, but I think you're right. And Automatic will sneak up on him and take him down. And that's the round for Cloud9.
That's a RIP.
That should have been. That was. Look how strong this looks.
Right here, the flash comes right away, and Tyler comes right back in with Tarek. Great flash by Tarek. And you know, another problem I have with that round there is I like that CompLexity is trying to take initiative and scale on the site. I don't know. This is like this hindsight thing that I guess we just had a protocol a lot of times with C9. Like everyone's running headshot. Do we really need 3 guys running site right there?
Yeah.
No, not really. Now you get so many people caught in the open for those flashes. Like the number one reason is, especially because they took the checker route. Now, if they just hooked a left with that initial pop flash through main and just took the site, I'm totally fine with 5 guys rushing site because there's no way the rotate flash is there in time. But when you take the route through checker, it enables that flash coming through heaven. Coming. And I don't even know if that flash came. But by the time they were even headshot, Tarek was able to start a flash, Kadudo was able to run in. But if they took the direct route, that wouldn't be a problem. So I think they just need to differentiate. If they're going to take the direct route, that's okay. If they're going to go through checker, you cannot scale 3 guys through headshot. It's always going to result in some kind of cluster F. Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, it's like it goes back to a bit to what I was saying with SK and how I feel like when SK do something, it's clearly like all for purpose. Like everyone's on the same page, and it's like if they're gonna rush the site, they're gonna rush the site.
Not only on the same page, they've kind of also determined some of the best protocols.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem there. Even like I said, even some top teams do that wrong occasionally. They take the wrong pathing into the B site, and it blows my mind.
And it's kind of like a contradiction then, in a sense that if you're again like not prepared, like not throwing the right grenades then, or not prepared to anticipate the right kinds of plays that the CTs might be making in that kind of a play, because you've got too many people there, you're too susceptible. Yeah, I agree, it's a critical thing. Criticals are a really good talking point.
The really good ones are the ones that aren't like easily countered, right? Like protocols should be something that, like, regardless of who's aware of them, they only optimize like your chances. Like no one's really countering protocols unless it's like if the protocol is known, then that's where you have to change it up. But something like that pathing, like no one's really gonna counter that. Like sure, maybe if the guy who's playing default sees them hook and be main, yeah, sure he could like molly his right because he knows they're gonna scale sight on him, but does that really do much? I don't know. He's limiting what he could peek at. I don't know. So, anyways, protocols, baby.
Well, it's going to be 11-7 for Cloud9 now. We get the full buy from them, and CompLexity, a couple AKs, a couple Deagles, a UMP. That's not too fun. Or is it? No, it's not.
PTR almost caught one bullet there and made a connection, but now at this point, CompLexity realizes they can take mid control easily. The one thing they should not do is overcommit, and that I actually don't like this play. I think they're running into a blender right here. I think it's cool that they're trying to be decisive and all, but like say they don't hit that shot right there, they're running into a site so hastily that it's so easy for members to be lost. And even now they're just falling into all this damage right here because of how predictable. Just because someone takes B on you so early, that was the meta a year ago. But what we've learned now when you watch the top teams is you don't actually need to go to the other site right away. You just take the middle of the map and let them reset. Go back B if you want and expect the guy to be sunroom and explode through those vents. If he is sunroom, it's almost a weakness because now their defense is split out.
Would you say it's comparable to like the deep banana smoke team just sort of like going, oh,
go A.
Oh god, like, we have to go A now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to counter the counter and go right back B. You can just sit, and you know they have to reset. Because either way, if you're running A, sure, you could say they're weak on numbers there. They only have 2. But as you saw, like they had to hit nice shots, and even though they hit those shots on those A guys, they were still crossing all these crossfires from truck and flanks and fire and damage. So just maybe a little outdated reactionary style from CompLexity there. They definitely can do better than that. I know these guys got the skill.
Got the skill. But do they got? No, not gonna do
Got's the decision maker.
That's
a good pick. That's a rap cover.
Nice.
Why do I have to be the fat guy?
Well, let's just be real. Hey, you're not fat.
No, I'm not fat.
That's
no, in the pick.
Oh.
In the pick, you're not. No, you're solid.
Well, it's a big jacket, isn't it?
You're firm. I'm taller than both of you, so
I don't wear large items.
That's reality.
Like that. 1:10 on the
Dan looks so excited in this picture.
Go back in time to before this conversation.
Everybody's here on the A site for
Alex,
the tees.
Tommy White, watch what we're going to do. Halfway through the smoke, they're going to throw another smoke. Amazing.
Little fighting around the forklift position, but he will not be successful on this occasion. The rest of the team seems to be clearing up. Look at that transfer from Rush. Shut it down.
Did they save smokes on CompLexity? I think I saw 2 guys die with a smoke in hand, or maybe it was a flash. That confused me.
Shut it down. Both these teams on the bye once again. 6-round lead for Cloud9 as they look to close out Cash. Early Molotov to stop any fast boost, and Scooter will politely open a vent for his teammate. How nice of him, how nice!
We've talked about that. Every stream people ask me, why do you have your teammate break vent for you? So that the other team can't read your setup, guys. If you smoke bot a mid molly boost every round, someone breaks your vent from highway, what is that telling you? Nothing. You don't know anything. That could be the same setup every round, but you could have a guy close mid, you could have a guy vent, you could have a guy under boost, knee, sandbag.
There it is, especially for 4 players. Do not want to give those sound cues away.
Oh no. Oh god. They would have had the tag, I would imagine.
Where was the spray, man? Got to get that spray through the smoke at the same time.
Yep. It's rare that it's actually weirdly rare that you see the follow-up. But never mind. Rush goes back to the position after Molly goes away. Then the push comes in. He easily deals with it. Skadito with a cover from white box, and this is disastrous for CompLexity. They are going to have to contest with Tarek and Finesse. Finesse will bait for Tarek, and you can see it's going to work out absolutely perfectly. Beautiful. Beautiful.
When I smoke execute towards B to go towards checkers, before I go past that box, if I'm on my own, I bounce a HE grenade off the wall. So if somebody's in this position, it will collide with them, and then I know they are there. And then I can deal with it accordingly. There are certain angles with which you can penetrate the box, and certain angles you cannot. So it's worth checking. Oh, that reminds me actually, someone was, I need to update the Faceit training config video. Somebody was trying to download it and the link doesn't work apparently, so I will be doing that soon. Show you guys how to put yourself in a good environment to learn some smokes, some flashbangs, some Molotovs, and some HE grenades.
I'm probably going to download it actually. I need to download this.
There's a big focus on like smoke grenades and flashing for yourself on YouTube videos, but not really like enabling your teammates bursting through a smoke on Inferno, that kind of thing just doesn't really exist on YouTube. It's all like, you can do this for yourself. It's a team game!
It's true.
It's funny, a lot of people when they ask me about the like consistency thing and all this playing better and stuff, normally when I boil it down, I start asking them, and they're just talking about solo queuing, matchmaking.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, I just try to like remind them that a lot of the main like real good stuff that you can do in Counter-Strike and like really cool plays revolve around you like including a couple people on the scheme.
Yep.
So it's something to keep in mind when thinking about performance in CS:GO. If you're trying to be the best solo queuer in the world, you are
Terrible Counter-Strike player.
You are someone who should not expect much out of the game except maybe some highlights every once in a while.
Yep.
So often for your own YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's like you're just not practicing the requisite skills or sort of creating
to
the
be
right
a competitive
habits
CS player,
or,
but yeah.
Yeah, it's a good distinction.
If you're using CS to practice for like Quake though, that's
yeah.
You could use TF2 to practice for Quake with the rocket jumps.
there you go.
James was talking about rocket jumps the other day. So rocket jumps is like TF2, and I'm like, that's not what comes to your mind when you talk about rocket jumps, right? It needs to be Quake. Okay, let's talk about Quake. Where it originates.
Yeah, whenever I see someone do it in TF2, it reminds me of Quake. I immediately cite that.
Nice.
Or like, there's another game. Well, someone has like, cause you know how you could like plasma wall ride in Quake.
In Quake 3, yeah.
Yeah, Quake 3. There's another game that kind of mimics that. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Is it a Quake clone? Or?
No.
When I think of
I
rockets,
used to
I
play
think
as
of Red
Rocket
Faction.
Arena.
Rocket Arena? I mean,
Rocket Arena 3 was so fun.
Yeah, RA3 is really good. Forest was amazing. Rocket Arena 3.
That's pretty much why I started playing it. All the CS guys were like,
Yeah.
Zet actually was playing it when he moved to North America. And we would just sit there and play, and I would just be amazed at his railguns, like just like 360ing. Because he was at the time friends with like Vu and some of the other good like Quake players, and they would play, and they'd always be like,
Sander.
Yeah, they would always give him props, like not for his ability to be like a Quake 1v1er, but just like an insane skill shotter.
Yeah.
Match point for Cloud9 over CompLexity on Cash. Mirage is to follow to open maps, but we'll see which team closes this one. 2-1-2 set up for Cloud9. They've got Skadoodle in the middle. Tarek with the second sniper rifle towards B. Interestingly, both players for Cloud9 on the B bomb site playing from the site itself. No pop flash set up for somebody in checkers, and CompLexity are starting to creep in that direction. So Tarek will be the initial engager. He could drop a smoke or a flash or a Molotov. See what he chooses to do after his initial shot. Perfect timing, and Slemmy gets absolutely slaughtered straight into the abattoir. There is the smoke in the front of the site I was talking about.
He was like, I need to throw something. And there we go.
Oh no. Oh no. It's all gone wrong. The Cloud9 automatic pushes you through the smoke.
Tarek had so much time. I think he could have just smoked like B main or checker.
Yeah, I think you're right. It did seem like he.
And it didn't seem
not
too
panicked, but just sort of just misread it.
Like, yeah, not maybe in that situation a lot.
I feel like Tarek is not a guy that panics ever.
No, not really a panic. More just like, no, not sure what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't look like he was rushed either too much. He definitely had enough time. Bless you, Dan.
Thank you. Cheers.
You're blessed.
Blessed.
The demons are now out of you.
Yeah, well, let's see if Skadoodle can do something to make this painful at the very least for CompLexity. Okay, no, never mind.
You know, the whole bless you thing came around from the time of the plague. Because remember, I was wondering, like, why do people say that? I don't say it because I don't know why people say it. So why would I say it? But then people tweeted me, and it's related to the times of the plague. Well, I guess I can't remember the whole explanation. But it was to do with the plague. I'll leave it there.
Plague.
They had to get the demons out. Demons leave him. He is haunted. It's funny though now, like even if I like don't believe in that stuff, I just still feel like, like I need to say bless you.
Obliged.
Like, man,
I don't say it because I don't understand it. Even when I did understand it, then I forgot, but I still wouldn't say it.
I mean, I can understand the logic from what you said. It makes sense.
You're just too woke.
We can go into it in a second because there's a big push, and there's a trade for
Skadoodle saying, "I'm not done yet, baby.
I'm out there.
I'm out here. He's out there. Tim's over here. You're over there.
And you're in the ground.
3v2s right now. Android.
Right here, right now.
Gonna sync up with PTR here. Pete not having his best game, but that's kind of.
It's okay.
When you're not winning,
You're losing.
you're losing, and when you're losing, your score doesn't really matter. When you're winning, your score doesn't really matter. It's an amazing thing.
Nice.
It only matters when you're trying to break down effectiveness of specific things.
It only matters when your only metric for your performance is
KD.
with your kill-death ratio, and because you're an outcome-oriented person.
I act above the outcome, but I'm not.
I am more than the outcome. That's not what you would say, James.
I am intentional.
I'm not the outcome, I am the income.
Skadoodle showing his awareness of timing by a little fun there. He's saying, hey guys, I'm here. We out here. I'm out here. You're not out here.
16-8, Cloud9 are successful, and they did not really look forward to challenge in this one. There's some close rounds of CompLexity, but then some, I suppose we saw some, I mean, you highlight some misplays or some like decisions that you would have felt that should have gone differently, the way that they read the map and so on, like for example the B storage push, and then CompLexity subsequently just like running into the A site and stuff like this. Do you feel like, where do you feel this went wrong the most with CompLexity, Jordan?
Well, yeah, I think they just got Slemmy back as an in-game leader. I think they need to slow things down a little bit, kind of update their decisions a little bit, like go over, you don't need to map out everything, but on a map like Cache, there's two things that happen a lot. CTs push B or they take A main. You should have a couple alternatives for your reaction to each one, and that's almost more important than even set strats on a map like Cache. Sure, go over the smokes, go over the flashes, but as much equally important is the reactions to